everybody. It's Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. This is my Stampin' Up! Website, MemoryINKers.com. So today I'm coming to you with a pre-recorded video. So I'm going to show you a couple of things I'm using. The foam adhesive dots. I'm using, there is a bundle. I'm glad I could figure that out on my website, MemoryINKers.com, but it's last chance. So if you like this, you may want to scoop it up. It's $59.25 on the clearance. It comes with a folder and dies. I have a couple of them over here, but you can see it makes some really cool butterfly-like things, and butterflies are always really, really popular. So anyway, so I'm using some of the dies. I'm going to be using the folder, and then I am using the dies and words from Words of Beauty and the Words of Beauty dies. One of the things I want to show you, now I have used these two. The words, I have cut them out in Night of Navy, glued them onto Whisper White, and then I put them on those foam sheets, which I showed you, onto these foam adhesive sheets, and then cut them out with this one. Okay, so that's how I got the nice white edge. And I was trying to figure this one out, but what it is it's for when you stamp the word, okay, it will cut out the word that you stamped, rather than having to try to line this one up. So that is why there are 3 because and 3 just, if that makes any sense. Anyway, this is pretty cool. It's pretty new. It's also on my website, MemoryINKers.com. I don't think I put the price on it. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. So it's a bundle. You can buy them separate, but it is a bundle. I have also used the adhesive sheets. These are the flat ones. You're going to see that right here. So that is what I have used. So let me move stuff out of the way now. I'm also using the Night of Navy ink pad. Okay. So remember I said I've got the sheet, because what I did was, and I'm going to cut this out now, I put a piece of basic white on there. So I am going to trim that off of here. I'm going to do this off camera so I can see. Okay, I am back. So now what I have is a piece of basic white. I have a little glue on there, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. And it is now completely sticky. So I am gonna put this under here, even though I'm not using any ink. I'm using all of these. And what I'm going to do is slowly peel this. Try to get the adhesive to stick good. Sometimes you do need to give it a little rub. And then peel this off. And I have a sticky sheet. Now I can see there's a spot right there that's not sticky. It's okay. It'll work out fine. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to just start grabbing some color. And I am going to start on one end and move to the other and hope I am straight, which I am not. Oh, it's very, very sticky, so bear that in mind. You could also do this with a little bit bigger piece. This piece I'm using is the exact size I want it, 4 by 5 1/4. So I could have started out with a bigger sheet and then trimmed it down, which probably would have made more sense, but that's okay. I am faking it, right? Because it's been a long time since I've done a video. So now I'm going to butt the next one right up against the first one, if it lets me. And just keep pushing it towards the other one. And I'm going to do that all the way down with all these colors. So I'll be right back. Okay, so there we are. And I already trimmed it off on the edges so that I could be at a clean spot. So never throw out your scraps. I will admit I created these scraps for this project, but if I want to do it again or something similar, I've got scraps. So never throw them out. All right, now here's where we're going to have a little bit of fun. We are going to take this pretty butterfly and I'm going to try to center it. Perfection is overrated, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm going to put it here on my glass mat. And I know it's 5 1/4. So here's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 1. So this is about the center. Okay. I could have eyeballed it, but you know. So I'm going to do that. And I am going to use a Post-it note if I can find one. I have lost it. Oh, there they are. Huh. I do have those Post-it sticky papers, but I noticed they've been tearing on my cardstock. I didn't like that at all, so I'm doing it this way. So I'm going to hold those in place, and now I'm going to take it over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I am going to cut it out. Okay, there we go. So I have it cut out. Now I am going to cut it in half. Nobody freak out. I do sometimes use products that are not Stampin' Up. Although I used to have a Stampin' Up one like this. So move it for the second. I am going to take this off and I'm going to leave the butterfly where it is. And I'm going to put my Post-it notes back on. So now I have the butterfly still in place. You can do this with other shapes. I wanted to do it with a leaf, but I realized I didn't have any solid leaf projects. So now I am going to take this and I am going to cut it in half. And I kind of want to make sure I'm halving this butterfly where I want it. I think it's going to be close. Hang on. That looks like it might do it. So I'm going to hold this tight. Hey, good job. Yay, woohoo. I love when that happens. Okay, so now I have my pieces. All right. And now I've got enough to do 2. So if you'll give me just a second, I'm going to experiment with one, and I'm going to run this piece of 4 by 5 1/4 through this awesome embossing folder that is part of that bundle. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I want to show you something that I did. I don't know how well you guys can see that butterfly, but I kind of held it on here to see where the center was. I don't think I'm holding it quite right, so that I would know where to put this piece of cardstock in here. I hope that makes sense to you. So now I've got that embossed. So I'm going to do one with that emboss and I'm going to do one without. And we'll see what you all think. Okay? So we are going to take our butterfly pieces out like so. And I'm going to swap them like that. You see where I'm going with this? Cool, right? Okay. So now I'm going to glue this piece on here. Oh, I'm going to have to trim it, I guess. And I'm going to try to make it fit with this. So I will have to trim this piece of white out, which is bugging me a bit, but it's my own fault, right? So let me glue that down. So it's not going to be quite the size I think that I want it, or the piece I had was bigger than I expected. I'm not sure which. But I'm going to line this up with that embossed butterfly like so. And now I can see that it's hanging over too far and it's too light here. So I am going to grab my trimmer again. I put it away. I actually put it away, you guys. It's amazing. So now I'm gonna trim this so that it looks a little better than it did a minute ago. I've gotta. Woo, that's not good. Let me snip that. It got a little bit too into the cardstock. And now I'll trim this so it's even. And now that's at like 5. What is up with the way I'm cutting right now, you guys? And here is 4. So now I have to fix that. I think it's because it was embossed, you guys. That's why. Because this is a good cutter, in case you're wondering. There we go. I do kind of like that. I think that looks kind of cool. Just like that. I like it a lot, just like that. So I don't know what you guys think, but I think this is pretty just as it is. But what it's meant to do now is have this piece attached, which I'm going to go ahead and do because that was my original plan, but I definitely do like doing this. So my suggestion would be to make this piece bigger than 4 by 5 1/4, so that when you trim it, it looks okay. All right, because now mine is actually going to fit on the card a little bit strangely. So now I'm going to line this up like so. Press that in place. And then I did take out these little body parts of the butterfly. I did cut those out of Night of Navy, which is one of the colors in here. So I am going to set that right here. Kind of set them up so they look good, or as good as you can. There we go. These little stinkers don't really want to have their adhesive stuck. Oh, I see why. This would explain it. Aha! I hadn't taken all of the sticky off. That'll do it, right? Okay. So, there we go. Oh, I think that's really cute. So now I have that. And then I do have a piece of basic white for the inside. But then I am going to use the Night of Navy as my card base. So this is just a quick little idea for you guys. This little video. I think it's really cute, and I hope you guys like it and give it a try also. I'm sure there's a name for this technique because I did not invent it, as much as I would very much like to take credit for it. I did not invent it. Somebody else did. So I think it might be like a mirror image, maybe, called a mirror image. So look how cute that looks. So cute. But you can see how it was just a little off here. Now, I do have the word just out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stamp it or not. Yeah, it'll fit there. So I'm going to try to do that and have it not look too weird. I have like something to bend or something in the cardstock there, so maybe it'll hide it. And I'm going to stamp just. Got a little schmutzy, I don't care. And then because this is on foam adhesive, it does have the sticky already on it. And I can add the because. Look at that. How fun is that? Now I'm going to grab some bling because we can't be without bling, right? So give me 2 seconds. Okay. So I am going to try the brushed butterflies. Say that 3 times fast. I do not know if they are still available. I am sorry, but I just do not know. But I thought they seemed appropriate for this little project. So we'll see. We'll grab this one that's kind of trying to run away anyhow. I think I'm going to put him right there. And then a couple of tiny ones flying around here too. Put one here. You guys probably can't see me. Sorry about that. And then another one right by it. This is where my take your pick tool would have come in very, very handy. So there we go. Just because. Now, you don't have to get that fancy. So let me show you real quick how I'm going to do my second card. Again, I do have the basic white for the inside, which I've got a lot of the scraps of that, all these little pieces. So I most certainly could add, and probably will add some to the inside of the card just for making it fun. Okay, so now I am going to take my little pieces that I have here and I'm going to adhere them to the front of the card. Okay, and this one should fit pretty perfectly because I did not have the same dilemma. I'm not matching it to the embossing folder. Although it does still look like it's a little short, but that's okay. It'll have a slight white edge around it. Now, technically, I could try to emboss this just like that now, or put this on here and try to emboss it at the same time. But I think it would make it not quite come out right because like these white spots wouldn't get what they need. So it would not be the same. Move that aside. So I'm hopefully this is a problem when I do recordings, which I'm probably going to do more often now because especially because of Facebook making things disappear. I don't think they make these disappear as fast. But if they do, go to my Facebook page or my YouTube channel, which is also under MemoryINKers. And you know, YouTube is cool. They don't dump everything out right away. So that's good. So now I'm going to do the same thing and hook on the little body. This time I'll pay attention to make sure I got all of the sticky off. Ha! I did this time. And with these, you definitely, if you're lining it up with this die, you definitely need to take your time with the antenna? I don't know. Bug ears. And then I'm going to put the because on there again. I think I'm going to move it over and I'm going to put just right there. Just to be different. Or do I want it? Oh, I wish I weren't live. I wish I were live so I could ask your opinions, but I think I'll put it right there. Oh, I'm going to glue this down before I have this thing about gluing stuff down before I put on the super thick stuff. I just feel like I have a little more control over my pressure when I'm gluing things down if I don't have a lot of bumps on it already. So, and This one, you can see it's got a nicer edge around it. Now, technically, I could trim this card off and just make it a little smaller. Who's going to know, right? But I'm not going to do that. And then I have the because right there. Just because. And I think I might use, yeah, I'm going to use the same ones. I wasn't sure, but I think I will. I don't know what's on there. It looks like adhesive. So we're going to skip that one. That one does too. These have been through the war because I keep grabbing them. There we go. Isn't that fun? Pretty sure this is called a mirror technique. But I hope you like it. Again, the butterfly bundle is in clearance, and it is called the Beautiful Butterflies. And the embossing folder is what they call a hybrid, which means you can use it to use that pretty emboss and then cut it out, obviously with the same die that I use to cut out the stripes. But anyway, I hope you liked this video. Let me know, which one do you like? The left, we'll call this number 1, or the right, we'll call that number 2. Anyway, remember, you can go shopping at my Stampin' Up! Website, MemoryInkers.com. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.